we're always exhausted, right? But let's assume that you have 2 kids and you have a dream. A dream will be the third child, right? So you have to just find a way to make it work. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you're not building a community right now, you're getting it wrong. Like people, that's just what it is. People are buying into being a part of a community than the actual design, than the actual cloth. So I know some people can say, okay, you can start later after having kids, but why wait? Why wait when you can just start now? Someone was barely a year old when I started.
Did you know that over 70% of you who watch this podcast are not subscribed? Some people have even told me they were shocked when they realized they were not subscribed yet. So if you're enjoying this and you're back for more, I would love for you to take 2 seconds and hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, and honestly, it's the best way for you to support all that we're building here at the Many Roads. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, join our community, and let's keep growing together. Welcome to another edition of the Many Roads podcast. I'm your host, Oba Okusanya, and I have with me today a fashion mogul.
That's too much.
She's the founder and creative director of Mohala Grey, which is a fashion brand that is simply, it's amazing. Like, and I'll get into the backstory, but before we do that, help me welcome to the Many Roads podcast, Adeola Obaseki. Adiola, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here today.
My absolute pleasure. You know, I want to get into the backstory of how this whole thing came to be, because it's very unusual. So we have a mutual friend, a mutual connection, Nina Barango, So Plug. Shout out to So Plug. She had a black market event, the one in Toronto. This is, I forget what month in 2025 this was. Anyways,
I think it was September, I think.
No, this month,
July.
Yeah, maybe July.
I think it was July. Yeah, because I remember that it was July. I was going to Nigeria the next. Yeah, it was around in July.
So it was incredible because I didn't know anyone there apart from a couple of people that I expected to be there. So I was just, I just parked. I had gotten in and I was just starting to make my way through the market, just looking at the different brands. And I had actually walked past your station the first time, but something caught my eye. And what caught my eye was Adiola had this TV stand monitor thing that had her website. And the website was so well done that I had to like go back to take a look at it. And I'm like, wait, what is this? And what brand is this? And then I started looking at the clothes that she had brand, and I'm like, wait, what? This is like, whose brand is this? So at some point I was like, do I go talk to her? I'm like, because I can't, it's not clothes for men, right? But I'm like, the level of excellence is so incredible that I just had to have a conversation with Adiola. So I walked up to her and I'm like, hey, what you're doing is incredible. I don't know if anyone has told you, but like, this is super amazing, you know. And then we got talking, and then she gave me a card, and even the texture of the card was crazy. I was like, who is this lady? So I was like, I definitely need to have her on the podcast just so we could talk about, you know, all of that. But that's the backstory behind all of this. Now we're here, you know. So Adiola, let's start off this way. For people who don't know you, who are not familiar with the brand, like sort of, can you explain sort of like what you do and the things that you stand for in terms of your brand?
Okay. Hi everyone. What I do a lot of things, but to start with, my name is Adiola, as I mentioned, and my brand name is Mohala Grey. We are a contemporary clothing brand, female owned by me, and we create pieces that are for the bold women. And we love to tell a story with each of our prints. As you can see, I'm having one of our designs on, and if you go to our website, you see like a lot of our designs and different prints. We are very big. We're big on prints because they tell a story. For every print you see on our website, on our brand, there's a story attached to it. Even our brand name, there's a story attached to it. Like, let me start with that. The brand name Mohala Grey. Mohala is an Hawaiian word. It means to bloom. and gray typically black and white. So I wanted to create a brand that once you hear the name of the brand, you don't just guess right, oh, it's a Nigerian owned brand,
Mm.
or it's a Canadian owned brand, or it's a black owned. I wanted a brand that, regardless of your race, your beliefs, tribe, whatever, a brand that you can connect with and not
Mm.
just feel like, oh, trying to like they call it cultural. What's this thing? What's this word they use now? If you're trying to like, if you're wearing
Appropriate.
like exactly.
Yeah.
So these days we have to be careful.
Yeah.
So I wanted a brand that anyone could like, could feel comfortable in. And it took me about 3 months to come
Mm.
up with the name Mohala Grey because it was a lot. And it just makes so much sense. Like, Mohala Grey to bloom and then gray and white, meaning
Yeah.
if you're black, whatever, if you wear our brand, you bloom. And what kind of like pushed me to start this whole thing was I was gonna move from Nigeria to Canada, like finally. And I was at the time I just had my baby, and I'm
Mm.
like, this is abroad, right? If I don't want to like do like a 9 to 5 and not
Mm-hmm.
have time for my kids or family, I also wanted to do something that I would love and enjoy.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, why not just, start Mohala Grey and just, kick it off and it's been amazing, but we'll get to the more details later.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I had always assumed that you've always been in fashion.
No.
Wow. So what were you doing prior to fashion?
Okay, so I would say I've always been in fashion
Okay.
at the same time. So I used to do like, so before now, I used to own a brand called Kairis.
Mm.
It was strictly a Nigerian standard ready to wear brand. We just like make pieces with like, then I used to go to Yaba Tejo
Mm.
show to get like fabric. So I've had like, I'm not just like starting all new.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my own fair share of experience but then, I used to have issues with a lot of tailors and all that. Like they weren't giving me you know, although people then were saying like, my stuff was good, but it wasn't like, because I'm big on quality, right?
Mm.
I'm big on because if I'm going to spend X amount of money on something, it has to be, I need to know that it's of good value.
Yeah.
So when I was doing Kyrie's, I was doing it for a while, for a long time actually. And then I also had 9 to 5. I'd worked as an interior designer, I
Mm.
worked as a project manager. So like I'd done customer service as well. I love customer service, by the way. So, so I'd done all that prior to Mohala Grey. So I also feel like my experiences and different backgrounds
Mm.
also, it's has like a positive impact on the brand I'm currently, building.
Yeah. No,
So
for sure it does because there's, people say nothing is wasted, no knowledge is
yeah,
wasted, no experience is wasted. And
yeah,
it's even a great segue to this question that I have for you. Now, as
yeah,
a founder of a clothing brand, you
yeah.
have to wear so many hats. You're
Seriously.
a visionary, you're running operations, you're doing marketing, you're creating content. Like it's how do you balance all of that as well as being a mom and a wife and
Oh, please, let's not go there. Like, let's not scare people. But yeah, so when we started, I actually started with a team.
okay.
So there's this agency in Nigeria owned
Mhm.
by a very young and promising lady called Lashe. She
Mm.
owns I think Oniyo agency. That's what they're called now.
Okay.
So I was like, I needed to start this thing, and really like you don't know it all, right?
Mm.
And I've known this babe to do like a fashion. She's very stylish.
Mm.
So I reached out to her. I'm like, hey babe, like I want to, I want to start my brand. I'm trying to like do it like in a big way. I'm
Mm.
starting afresh and I need your input. And then the agency, like they got called your new agency, they came on board. So they were handling like a lot of branding, a lot of, social media strategy and all that. So I started off with them.
Okay.
And yeah, so we had like about a year together, which was great. And after all, like after that, I had like just like one or two people outside the new agency that were also like working for the brand. But now I would say I just have like one staff in Lagos that
Okay.
handles like operations in Lagos and just me right now.
Mhm.
So I try to do like some content, try to do branding, email marketing. It is hard.
Mm.
It is a lot of work. Like sometimes I feel like my head is going to explode. Like couple the fact that I'm a mom. We should have had this
Mhm.
interview like a while ago, but we just keep like I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't make it now. Like something just keeps coming up and that's also like an aspect I would like to talk about
Mm.
because being a mom, like I know a lot of, moms abroad that, are struggling. I know
Mm.
how hard it is and how hard it is to like, pursue your dreams. But like, if I can do it, like, believe me, I feel like anybody can do it. It's just going to be
Mm.
like you have to put like a lot of time. You have to be dedicated.
Mm.
But honestly, you're not going to die. You will
Mm.
pull it off.
Mm.
It's a lot, but yeah.
I think we should go a little bit deeper into that because I saw the way you lit up when you said, I could talk about this for,
Yes.
because
Oh,
th-
is a lot.
there's probably a mother out there, who is like, I already
Yeah.
have so much on my plate. Adiola,
Yeah.
what are you telling me? I should chase my dreams. I don't have
See.
energy.
See, once it's your dream,
Mm.
you would, the end, we're always exhausted, right? But it's like, let's assume that you have two kids and you have a dream. Your dream will be the third child, right? So you
Mm.
have to just find a way to make it work.
Mm.
And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay.
That's one thing people like, we need to like, anyhow you do it, just start, just do it because you can't get perfection because your main focus and your time, like if you, let's say you have like 100, like say like 100 boxes of time,
Mm.
like 80% of that boxes belongs to your children and your family or your husband,
Mm.
because motherhood can take a lot from you. It can even take a lot from your marriage,
Mm.
so it's like intentionality and just giving it all you can, trying your best. It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be perfect. Like, for instance, when I had my first child, my son, I was when I moved to Canada and my husband was still like shuttling Nigeria and Canada. It was basically almost all just me. And I would travel to Toronto for like exhibition,
Wow.
pop-ups, fashion shows. I would go with my son and bear in mind, I don't know how to drive. So I usually I usually use the bus. So
Mhm.
I'll travel with the bus. I'll have my baby's car seat. I have like two boxes I'm dragging and
Wow.
pulling, entering the bus. People are like always looking at me like, who is this crazy? Like, you could see that she crazy in their eyes, but no one knows what I'm pursuing a dream. Like, you can't
Mm.
see it. I'm the only one that can see where I'm going to.
Mhm.
And there's no way I would explain to anyone and no one would understand like, oh, this is why she's doing what she's doing,
Yeah.
and I was able to like pull through. There are times that I would back my son the Nigerian way with
Yeah.
Euro and everything with Oja, like, and I'm selling to customers, oh, hi, welcome to my brand. Oh, hi.
Wow.
And they're like, oh my God, like, I know some people came to my stand, like, how are you doing it? You're a mom.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm like, I know, like, it looks impossible, but you can do it. Just that. Don't focus on perfection.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
So perfection will slow you down. Perfection
It would, it would,
will have you
it would.
thinking, okay, like I shouldn't even start.
Yes, yes. It was
Wow.
just that. Like, honestly, what's the worst that would happen? Really? Like, just that. Like, even though the child is crying,
Mm.
everything, just people will understand. It's not easy.
Mm.
Life
Yeah.
is hard on everyone, particularly mothers.
Mm.
So you just have to start. Like, if you're looking for perfection, you won't start.
Mm.
Honestly, because many times I'll be like, this thing is not perfect. Or sometimes I would post something and I'm like, oh, I made a mistake. I'm like, ah, see, I'm human, right? I can
That's
only
it.
make mistake. I'm bound to make mistake. Like, everyone would understand. Like,
Mhm.
and I also think in your what's the word to use? Like, in you doing things that are not perfect, people would see how beautiful and how true you are to yourself.
Mm. So it's
So that's
relatable.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It is. Come on, we all make mistakes.
Mm.
Let's forget the old social media perfection, like trying to be the social media. No, no, no. This is real life.
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, so
No, Adela, that's very refreshing because
yeah,
a lot of people who are in the public eye today, maybe who have a business or whatever,
yeah,
they like to act they say yes, it's difficult, but they like to act like they have these superpowers and like
yeah.
they just like I just do this. But it's very refreshing hearing from you that like this is difficult. This is tough.
It is, yes, it is. It is. It is tough. It is. There are times that I would be like, who sent me? what am I doing? Like, why? Like, my husband isn't saying, oh, you have to work or you
Hmm.
have to do something. But like, when you've been an independent young lady while
Yeah.
you were, single
Yeah.
and now you're married, you have kids, there's just so much responsibility,
Hmm.
right? You just also don't want to sit back and do nothing, particularly if you have, a dream you want to, a dream you're chasing,
Exactly.
you know, and I know some people can say, okay, you can start later after having kids, but why wait?
Hmm.
Why wait when you can just start now?
You can start now. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. I started,
Wow.
my son was barely a year old when I started.
Wow.
And then after that, when he was like, and I also have a 7-month-old baby right now. So I have like two kids that are under 3,
Yeah.
and Mohala Grey is 2 years old. So I basically have like three
Three
kids
kids
under 3.
under three.
So, and it's hard,
Yeah.
but I'm pushing through, and I've done well, I
Yeah.
think.
No, honestly, you have because, like, from what I've seen, and of course, I've ever since we connected in July, I think
Yeah,
I've sort of been following along and pop up shops here, and you're doing this,
yeah,
you're doing fashion shoots in Lagos. Yeah, I was like, whoa,
yeah.
like, how does this lady have time for all of
I don't
this?
rest. My friends keep telling me, don't you rest? Just, do you sleep at all? I'm like, do I sleep at all? Oh, I don't know if I sleep, but I try. I try to, at least shut my eyes and get
Yeah.
like an hour or two, because again, as a mom, the only time, as a mom and a creative, the
Hmm.
only time I get to be creative is when there's like some sort of like silence.
Silence.
And
Exactly.
it's almost impossible to
Hmm.
get that during the day. So I'm up at night, like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. I'm up to like 3 on my phone doing research, thinking, because if once we get to the point where I'll talk about my print, you understand why I stay up at night
Hmm.
to, actually, like, to think about things, because even though like I could get some inspiration during the day, but if I really want to be, fully like creative, I need that like total silence, and I could
Hmm.
only get it at night. So I basically don't sleep, and again, this is the time to walk, right?
That's right.
So let us walk now, so that when I'm like in my 40s, I can retire and sleep well.
Exactly.
You know, sleep is, we'll sleep. Don't worry. We'll get there. We'll
No,
get there.
Adela, I wanted to ask, because you're so driven, and I can
Mm,
tell it's not just like a drive from a material standpoint of I
yeah.
want money. It's a drive from like I have a dream, I have a vision. Can
Yes.
you talk about that?
Well, you're right. And for me, it's more of, like I said earlier, creating pieces that are unique and different.
Hmm.
So growing up, I've always wanted to like, so okay, let me start here. When I was in like secondary school, I used to do like, so I love business, like I love making money. No
Yeah.
matter how little, it is, I just like
Hmm.
to just put my hand, just doing one business or the other. I used to like sell jewelry then in school, in secondary school. I was the only student allowed to do business. I would go with my school bag with like my jewelry. I sell to teachers, then I'll write their names down. They'll pay me like month end.
Wow.
And I've always just wanted to build something that was for me, something that, look at Otedola. He bought 3 houses for his for his daughter's wedding. I should be able to do that at some point. But yeah, so I've always wanted to build something that was unique, like
Yeah.
something that when you see it, you can say, "Oh, this is definitely Adiola. I can
Hmm.
see Adiola in this," and which boils down to our print.
Okay.
So as a brand, I also wanted to build a brand that once people see it, like they don't have to tell them this is Mohala Grey.
Hmm.
Just from looking at it,
Yeah.
you can tell. And I would say there are people like that that are also building, dreams. I would say Andrea Ma is one of them.
Hmm.
And she's one of the people that, I look up to in the fashion world. Like, oh my, she's doing so well. And it's for her, it's also not just about, money, because she also like, mentors people.
Hmm.
And hopefully one day I would get to that point in life. But yeah, this is more of like a dream for me. And I'm just trying to um put my name on the map,
Hmm.
basically.
I like that. Put my name on the map.
Yeah. Yes.
And I like the fact that you said put my name on the map
Yeah.
because the fashion world is so saturated.
Yes, it
There's
is.
like a thousand and one, like there's like a million and
Yeah.
one fashion brands.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like so it's amazing that you have like you're even taking it back from a perspective of even the prints themselves have to be so unique that
Yes.
they stand out. Already that
Yes.
differentiates you from a
Yes.
ton of other people, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, he does. Like, let's go into our prints now. So, like, if you go on our website, there's a section that says about our prints, and it has like a breakdown of, each print, like what it entails, what it
Hmm.
means. For instance, we launched a collection
Okay.
called the Her Canvas collection, and it's I was basically inspired by motherhood.
Hmm.
So I remember when I was working on the prints, trying to like put the pieces together, and also working with my textile designer, Jessica, I was like, okay, I need to do something that would speak to me and also to other moms out there, and not
Hmm.
just moms alone, to like women basically. So we created a print. We named the print the Simone body print, and this print I should actually like maybe I'll send you like a picture,
Yeah.
whatever. It talks about it is when you look at the print is so detailed that it is inspired by the body of a woman.
Hmm.
After having a child, you develop like different things in your body, stretch marks, folds here and there. Some people get like bigger. Your body is not just the same again. And I'm
Hmm.
like, why not and then you get people that now start talking, oh, look at her, she's this. Oh, look at that, she's fat. Look at your stomach and all that. I'm like, why not create something beautiful out of
Hmm.
what people condemn, or what people talk down on? And then I'm like, what, let's create a print. And then we created a print that is inspired by a woman's body. Like if you look at the print, you'll be like, oh, I can't really see. But if you look closely, you'd see the stretch marks, you see the fupa, you see
Wow.
the fold, you see everything in a woman's body that is unique. So like that's one of our prints. Like even the one I'm wearing right now, it's part of the prints in the Heart Canvas collection. These are wildflowers.
Hmm.
So we use like wildflowers to create like, nice body prints in watercolor form, just so to tell women that, you should be wild and free. Like, live your life freely,
Hmm.
be wild, like do what you like to do. Nothing should be able to like, hold you down or pin you down.
Yeah.
So like every print tells a story. In our first collection as well, we have a print that talks about people.
Hmm.
So people we add the print has like a face silhouette of an human, like a side face silhouette of a human. And that simply just tells you that, regardless of your race, your culture, if you're white, blue, green, whatever, if you turn to the right or left, we all have the same, we're all one
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of story that we tell with, with our prints. And I feel like that with that, we were able to stand out from the
Okay.
crowd,
That's right.
and we're able to like put ourselves out there. People are able to say, oh, this is different. This is not the usual thing that we know. Because
Hmm.
most people just put prints, just put flower, put whatever, just like, just give me anything. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear anything, right? So
Yeah.
why not make, so it's like walking around as a canvas,
Hmm.
you know?
This
So
is fashion, but it's art.
exactly,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So it's not just like we're just taking one material, cut it and sew it and just put one color. Oh, but add blue, add red, yeah, put flower. No, it's
Yeah.
different. Like sometimes it takes me at least 2 months, minimum of
Wow.
2 months to come up with a print. And then I'm coming up with the concept. Okay, like I'm coming up with what I want the print to embody.
Hmm.
And then after that, I'm sitting with the textile designer and we're going like back and forth. Like, how
Hmm.
can this work? How can we bring this alive? You know, sometimes I feel like I could sell my pieces in the museum
Hmm.
because it is a lot of work. Like if I was an artist that paints,
Yeah.
if I paint it up, people will buy it,
So
and then I'm just making this pieces into like outfits that are nice, simple and unique designs, classy. And so yeah, I think our prints is like, they make us stand out. And it is something that we are very careful, and thoughtful
mhm.
when we're like, working on them.
So no, I know this ties very closely to what I was going to ask and talk to you about
Yeah.
next. From watching you these last couple of months and now talking to you, I can tell you're obsessed with storytelling.
Yes.
So, is this a recent development, or is this something that even from your previous brand you always had, or is it something that you're just actively now trying to do?
Two things. It's not a recent development,
Okay.
and for my previous brand, I didn't do anything like this at all. I was
Mm,
just doing cut and sew ready to wear, basic Nigerian standard ready to wear cut and sew, but I'm a person that I would say I love details and, you know, so like it's something that I'm trying to like build now with
mm,
my brand. And even way before like before I started like my brand Mohala Grey, I would say when I was doing like interior design, I also like kind of like had this storytelling thing,
okay.
particularly when I'm like picking like, the, artwork is to put in a house or an
Yeah.
office space, how I want people to feel when they come into like a project that I worked on. So the
Mm.
feeling, the emotions, the little details, right? I think like, yeah, I think they're all like, they all work in, what's the word? What's that word? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but they can sort of work together, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Work together. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess now the moving from Nigeria to Canada and
Yeah.
operating a business in both countries is very
Oof.
different, right?
Yeah.
From the look on your face,
It
I can tell
is.
you have stories.
It is. I have stories.
Okay,
I have
can
stories.
you share like how you've had to sort of evolve or how you've had to sort of change your approach in sense of I still have an
Mm.
operation in Nigeria, but I'm also here in
Mm-hmm.
Canada now. Like you talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, we started in Nigeria. We had our first launch, like brand launch in Nigeria, particularly because we wanted to, we knew we were moving and we
Mm,
wanted to just have like something for people to see that, okay, we're new, but we also like have like, we've done some work.
mm,
And my brand, we produce in Lagos, Nigeria, and in China.
okay.
And before now, like all our productions were done in Lagos, Nigeria. But, oh, in fact, I don't have words. I'm like, for my sanity
Mm,
and for me to not run at a loss,
yeah.
I need to like switch this up because like I work with a great production company in Nigeria, by the way, like, owned by a female as well. She's good. She's like one of the best. But like, when you, the brand owner, you're good, but your staff are
Mm.
like, it's, there's just this Nigerianness that we put into some of our, and it is, as much as it is funny, it is sad because we can do so much. Like
That's right.
I didn't have to produce in China.
Mm,
I didn't
that's
have
right.
to like move but the brand grew and the quality of what I wanted, I just couldn't get it.
I see.
I just couldn't get it. And moving to Nigeria, trying to like manage the production team in Nigeria, manage the Nigerian staff, you know, it's not easy. Like,
Mm,
I'm sure my fellow brand owners that also like run brands in Nigeria, they can relate to what I'm saying.
mm.
Is it staff acting anyhow? Is it people thinking, okay, because you've moved abroad, you have arrived, now let them now start charging you some ridiculous amount of money that you do not even have?
Yeah,
You know, is it from incompetency? Is it from, little mistakes that could cost you, the brand owner, a lot that could have been avoided?
yeah.
So like those are the issues. And starting in Nigeria and moving to Canada, it was like, is it cost of shipping we want to talk about? Like cost of shipping.
Yeah.
So they're like, it is a lot,
Hmm.
but we will do it,
Hmm.
right? We
Yeah,
have to keep pushing it because, we're Nigerians, we don't give up.
exactly. We
So we have to
don't.
keep pushing. And I hope I'm able to like answer your question. I'm not
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So
So,
now the thing is, but I can still tell you have such a heart for Nigeria and the fashion
Yeah,
scene there. So
yeah,
how do you balance it in such a way where it's like operationally I have to move my operation out because
yeah,
it's better for the brand and the business, but how do you
yes.
still balance it with, like, but I still have such a heart for the fashion industry over there?
I do still have a heart, but right now I live in Canada
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're now like a full-blown Canadian brand,
Hmm.
like owned by Nigeria only. So a full-blown Canadian brand. And in as much as I love my country, Nigeria,
Hmm.
I am also trying to so because we do not we don't sell ourselves as a Nigerian brand per se.
Exactly.
So, which is why, because I do not want to be put in that Nigerian brand box.
Mm. Yeah,
We are a black owned brand.
that's it.
Yeah, I'm black. It's black owned. If I'm Egyptian, Somalian, whatever, it's a black owned brand.
Mm.
And in the future, I look to work, and I'm hoping to work with like different black people from different, part of Africa, not just Nigeria.
Yeah,
Because I just feel like I don't want to give myself the Nigerian brand. And even though I know that Nigerian brands are like doing so well now, like we're making like exploits, doing so good.
exactly.
But I love my country, and right now the only operations we even have in Nigeria is just like we have a brand. I have someone that works for me. She handles like our operations in Nigeria, and
Hmm.
when I say operations, I mean like when we have to, because we some of our fabrics that we produce, like some of our fabrics that we use in production in Nigeria, we get them in from Turkey.
Okay.
Yes, so she handles the logistics from, clearing them, receiving them, taking them to the production company, ensuring that they get there safe, ensuring that everything is going on well, handles our logistics delivery of,
Hmm.
overnight orders in Nigeria. But because even like when we get orders from here, we still ship from Canada
Yeah, exactly.
to Lagos. Yeah, we
Mm.
we we used to have like some of our pieces in Nigeria, but we didn't have, because of our price points and the economy of Nigeria right now,
Hmm.
we didn't have so much sales. So it was a waste just stocking up in Lagos when it is needed here in Canada.
In Canada, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love my country, but right now we would keep pushing,
Hmm.
and hopefully when Nigeria gets to a point where we all want,
Yeah.
hopefully by then we might, you know, go back home.
So you have a business idea you're excited about. But hold on, here's the truth. About 90% of startups fail because they build something nobody wants. What if you could test your idea before you build it? What if you could test your idea before you waste months or thousands of dollars building it? I've put together a free guide called the Reality Check Guide that essentially has 10 validation methods you can use to test any business idea today. In it, you'll find validation methods used by Tesla, Dropbox, Airbnb, and other notable names around the world before they became household names. I've also included AI prompts that you can use to validate or test your ideas using ChatGPT or any other AI platforms. So get access to the free guide. The link is in the description. Download the guide and use it to test your ideas before you go waste money and time. All right, let's get back to the pod. I hear you, Adiola. Now, this is a classic example of how, as an entrepreneur, you have to pivot and how,
Yeah.
based off of things changing, things that are sort of out of your control as well, you have to
Yeah.
sort of change your direction or go in a different way. What are some of
Yeah.
the lessons you've learned as a founder in terms of, okay, like in terms of pivoting, in terms of, okay, we've been doing it this way, now we have to do it this way and we have to do it quickly.
Well, it's the one lesson you learn. It's gonna cost you a lot. It's to cost you a lot financially, mentally. Because initially we started producing in Nigeria, I didn't think I would want to produce outside Nigeria,
Yeah.
you know. But different things happen, and I had to make a choice, right? And I'm like, I can't put all my eggs in one basket. If
Okay.
I do that, it's gonna be a version of what I was ever, so what I got, and it's gonna be a case of, oh, this brand did this to me, I'm going to sue the brand.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, in as much as you are working with a fashion company in Nigeria, it's because they're not working for just you, right?
Hmm.
They're working for different brands. And it's hard to, like, make sure that things are done, like, to the A's, like, accurately.
Yeah.
So, like, it will cost you a lot. And hmm, I've learned a lot. I learned the hard way, you know, there, there are times that you would, I don't even know how to even put this that it won't sound. There are times that you would wake up and you would just feel like you're not doing, like you want to just close it all up
Mm.
because of some things that you might have experienced
Yeah.
from 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 production or staff,
Yeah.
you know. So I can't really say like, because if I start talking, it's like I want to start putting some people under the bus,
Okay.
you know.
I
So
get it. I get it.
it's like, yeah. So they're like, you're gonna learn a lot, Sha. As
Yeah.
a founder, you're gonna learn a lot. You're going to learn to, because you're going to learn to know it and do it yourself.
Exactly.
Because if you rely on people to get things done for you, and you have no idea how these things are done, they would leave you like they would leave you stranded, and you'd just be lost. And the only person that would lose
This
is you.
is you. Yeah. Yeah.
Is you. Go let's say for instance, you hire a social media person to handle your social media page, and one day they just, this is actually like a friend's story,
Yeah.
and one day they just wake up and tell you, oh, yes, because according to the story I had, he told me he was paying the girl 650K per month.
Yeah.
She was in Nigeria. She was even like, I think she just finished her NYC or some
Hmm.
whatnot. And then after that, we paid her 650K for handling that Instagram and all that. And then they moved abroad, and this copper came and said, oh, she wanted to start charging maybe about 1 million or do about. And they're like, number one, you're a copper.
Yeah.
You don't even have the experience. You know, you're good at what you do, but you don't have like, if I was to look at based on Nigerian standard, you've been a copper, we should have been paying you up to what we're paying you.
Hmm.
And now you just got greedy, you know, and they had to let the girl go and handle their shit themselves. So like,
Yeah.
imagine if they had no idea what to do. You would be
Yeah.
left stranded.
Hmm.
You won't know what to do. Your brand is paying for it. Your engagement is going off.
Yeah.
Instagram is going to forget your Instagram page somewhere, you know, and it's going to cost you a lot to get back on your feet. So
Yeah.
like, there are different lessons that you'd learn, and like they say, experience is the best teacher,
Hmm.
right? You wouldn't know until you start. You wouldn't know the things you would learn along the way, the things you would see that would shock you, you know, but you will learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you want to learn from. You also want to learn from other people's mistakes, right?
Yes.
And this is essentially
Yes.
why we have conversations like this, so that somebody
Mm-hmm.
who's launching a brand or launching a business can understand that it's important that they
Yeah.
know. They don't even know how. They don't need to be perfect at it. They don't need to be an
Yes.
expert at it.
Yes.
Just to
Yes.
know a little enough that
Mm-hmm.
if somebody drops the ball, you can sort of
Yes.
come in,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Now,
That's
Adiola,
true.
I was gonna ask this as well. I know you're very, very big on engagement and engaging with your audience, engaging with your
Yeah.
community. What are
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that you're doing, or you've done in the past to ensure that okay, these are the ideas that we have, but this is the feedback that we're getting as well, and how do you incorporate that into what you're doing?
Hmm. So like, pop-ups is one of the ways we've been trying to like, you know, engage with our community, like build a community, because recently now it's community that is selling, right? People are
Mm,
trying to associate themselves with a brand.
okay,
They're not necessarily buying like I've noticed that the wave is like it's moving.
okay,
People are not necessarily buying pieces because they like it.
wow,
They are
okay,
buying it because they are trying to join a community, like,
mm,
and which someone has mastered that, like she has mastered it. That's Fisayo, the
mm,
owner of Kai Collective. I don't know if you've heard about her.
no,
She has mastered the art of building a community, and most people just want to be a Kai girl.
mm,
You get what I'm saying? If
yeah,
Fisayo sells an handkerchief, people are gonna buy it because she has worked and built that community. So, you know, in that area, I kind of like, I'm trying to like mirror her
mhm,
to also like build a community. But at the same time, you know, it can go either ways, right?
mhm,
You might be like, for instance, I, for one, I love pop-ups because sometimes we do pop-ups and we don't even sell enough to cover the costs and everything.
Yeah.
But then the contact you make, people are meeting with the face of the brand. They are meeting with the owner of the brand. They are meeting with you. So it's an opportunity for you to sell yourself to people.
Okay.
Yeah. So to sell yourself. So, but then at the same time, in as much as you're trying to like do all this cost wise, it might be expensive. So you need to know if your brand, if you have that extra, cash or extra cash to spend on things like that. Aside from money for marketing and all
Yeah.
that, there needs to be like an extra, you know, cash aside that okay, this one we use it for like pop-ups that in case we don't make sales to cover up, whatever, at least we're building a community, we're getting emails, we're meeting with people, we are telling them about the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's what I think.
Now, while you were talking, Angela, you said something. You said, as a founder, you're having to sell yourself, and I
Yeah.
wanted to point that out because one of the most important skills, in my opinion, that every
Yeah.
founder needs to have is sales skills.
Yes.
And, it's not just like, and a lot of people are afraid of selling. A lot of people are afraid
Yeah.
of, like, how do I sell? Like, how do I don't want it to seem like I'm being too salesy. Like, a lot of people are
Yeah.
afraid of that. Can you talk about sales, and how you approach it in such,
Sales.
yeah,
I love sales.
can you talk about that?
Yes. I love sales. So, and I've been doing sales for a while
Mm,
actually. And I remember when I was in Lagos, I used to work for an interior design firm.
yeah.
And I started off with them as a customer service representative. And like it wasn't more up to like a month, less than a month, I was moved to the sales department because
Wow.
for you to be a salesperson, you have to be able to like, number one, you have to be friendly, you have to be approachable.
Exactly.
You know, that sometimes, but me, when I'm selling, I need to understand what I'm selling.
Okay.
So, and I need to see myself in what I'm selling.
Mm.
Because if you do not see yourself in what you're selling, you can't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say because you're trying to convince someone to spend their hard-earned money
Yeah.
on something because of what, and for instance, when I have like pop-ups and sometimes like someone will come to your stand like, oh, what is this? How much is this? It's so expensive. You know, as a brand owner that has worked so hard, you know the quality of what you're giving. Sometimes you'll be like, what do you mean it's expensive? Like this thing, like, but as a salesperson, you can't do that.
That's
You
right.
have to go, oh, how? Oh, really? But I think the quality is great. Have you seen the quality? Have you seen this? Have you
Mm-hmm.
seen that? Trying to convince them. And some customers are strong on their opinion. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. It's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But having to like stay on that, create that balance,
Mm.
knowing that, okay, I own the brand or I manage the brand. At the same time, I need to be a people's person,
Exactly.
be a salesperson. You will learn, you will learn the hard way because people will come and you see different customer. But like, it's interesting.
Hmm.
Like, it's interesting, trying to convince people to buy, you know, see, like I said, like earlier, I said, seeing yourself in it. So, for
Okay.
instance, let's say you're about to sell a house that is worth like 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
And you yourself, if I didn't have 20 million in your account, how do you want to sell it?
Mm-hmm.
You have to like imagine yourself owning this beautiful, luxurious 100 million house
Exactly.
and try to live in it. So when you're selling to a client, like, oh, like, have you seen the jacuzzi?
Mm.
Imagine yourself on a Friday evening just resting with a bottle of champagne and
Yeah.
all that. So people say, oh, nice. Like, they know that you cannot afford it, but you're just being a good salesperson.
Mm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I want us to go a little bit deeper. Let's do like a short masterclass, a short introduction to
Please, though.
sales, masterclass, right?
Honestly, I don't think I can teach a master class because I honestly just wing it. I think I just have a personality that is sometimes lovable.
Yeah. But but
And
but sorry to interrupt. I also feel like because you've been doing it for so long and because it becomes so easy to you, you think that there's not a process or a
it's not
way
a
that you're doing
process.
it.
What? is there a process? Okay, I think what I do is
Okay.
okay. Let's do it this way. Like like when I have like pop-ups,
Okay.
and which what I'm kind of going to say, it has worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
It works for me, and it also failed me
Mm.
once.
Okay.
So which is profiling,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have pop-ups and people working. Sometimes, like I was telling a friend of mine over the weekend when I had a pop-up, and I told her, "Oh, I don't like to hustle for customers at events because someone that will buy will walk up to your stand and will
That's right.
actually buy.
That's right.
If you like, go meet someone, tell them money. If they don't want to buy it, they wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
But being a good salesperson is also being able to convince them to buy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I do profiling, right? I'm looking at the person. I'm like, okay, does he or she look like, they can afford this price point?
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like, are they approachable? And then sometimes I walk up to people, oh, hi. And then their first response, you would know if you should go ahead
Or
or not.
not. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I do, and it works on me. So if I get a, oh, hi, I'm like, okay, that there's a smile there. That means, okay, that's like a pass one. They are
Mm-hmm.
welcoming. Okay, then you can say, oh, how you doing? And then introduce yourself, introduce their brand, ask if they have a free time. Can they come in to check? But you go to someone and you say hi and they go, hi. Okay. It's either they're having a bad day
Mm-hmm.
or they don't want to buy. So if you're going to push for it, you're either going to, okay, am I ready to push for this? Are you ready to, first of all, you have to try to determine why they gave you a high and not a high.
Yeah.
So it's like your brain, you're thinking on the spot.
Yeah.
And sometimes people that you might profile to think they can afford something, it's just a facade. And eventually they wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the ones that you profile and you think, oh, this one cannot afford it. What does this one wants
Mm-hmm.
to buy? You'll be shocked. This happened to me one time. I had a pop-up at Scarborough
Mm-hmm.
and, we're having a good day selling. And then this, you know, older lady walked up to my stand. She just wore like a jean, she just, just that, let me get out of the house kind of dress. She just like,
Yeah.
what different things. And I'm like, oh, what does she like? Can she buy? Like, oh, and she was like, this woman, she was like in her late 50s.
Yeah.
I'm like, what I'm saying, like, what can she wear anything here? But then at first I was like, let me not. And then some of people was like, oh, like, what does she want? I'm like, you know what? And I looked at her, I'm like, I'm just going to pitch to her.
Yeah.
And let's see. And I go, oh, hi. She goes, oh, hi. How are you? Oh my God, this is so nice. I'm like, yeah. So I introduced myself. I didn't tell her to check any of our design because I honestly thought there was nothing she could wear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I said, you know what? I'm just going to pitch to her. She might want to buy for somebody, or
Mm.
she might just know someone that might know someone that would buy. I'm like, let me just pitch the business to her. But I won't point out, say, oh, this would look nice on you.
On you,
This would, no,
exactly. Yeah.
I didn't do that. I pitched to her, oh, this is the brand, this is what we do, introduced the brand, told her about the stories behind the prints. And then she goes, oh, that's nice. I like this one. Do you have it in my size? So
Wow.
that was a cargo pants that we had and a
Yeah.
shirt. And at first I'm like, where do you want to wear this to? You know? And then I looked closely. I saw that she was carrying a Gucci bag
Mm.
and she had like a Gucci sandal. I'm like, okay, that means she's stylish.
Yeah, she is.
Maybe
Yeah.
she's just dressed like, maybe she's just stressed. She just came to the mall to pick up something,
Mm.
you know. And then she goes, okay, I'm going to get that in size large and this in size large. I was packing them like, okay, like, what's happening here? You know, and then she paid. And then she went on and on about how she loved the quality. Oh, like, how she's going to send us an email. And after the sale, like, I think about 2 months later, this lady sent us an email saying, oh, she hasn't gotten any email from us about any of our new designs and when are we dropping a
Wow.
new like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is somebody that I didn't think she would even buy from me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see her in my designs
Hmm.
because she was like in her late 50s. Like this woman was like really like, if not even early 60s,
Yeah.
and she bought for herself. She even wore it. She was wearing it there. I was like, hey, what's, what's going on? So there's really no rule
Mm.
to this because I used to do profiling and it has failed me. And at the same time, it has worked. But then, honestly, I just feel like as time goes on, meeting different people, sometimes your instincts you just wing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, though some people might have like, rules to sales, do this, do that, but sometimes it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, what do you do? I know how we can get destabilized if we are working to the books, like we're working with this thing, like this is the step by step, step one, step two, step three.
Mm-hmm.
And what if it doesn't not work? You just be there like,
You're like,
what to do, what next? So you should be able to, like do things without the books.
mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
be able to sell. And like you said, not everyone is a salesperson.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think your personality also affects, you know, you being a salesperson. If you're a people's person, it's easy for you to sell.
Mm.
But if you're not, just try and read the room,
Mm.
basically.
Yeah.
Read the room, look at the people you want to approach. Are they approachable? You know, are they having a conversation? How do you interrupt? Sometimes you just have to try to blend into the conversation. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. Oh, by the way, just try to like blend into the conversation, try to see if you can chip in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
No, I see. And the thing is, I like this because it's very it's not intimidating to someone who's just getting
Yeah.
started in business. Because if
Yeah.
you tell somebody who's just starting in business, like, this is how you sell, you must do this, and then you do this, and then you do
No.
this, like, it could be very overwhelming. Like,
Yes.
like, like, oh, now I have to go get training on sales. And I'm not saying training on sales is bad. I'm just saying
Yeah.
for someone who's just trying to get started, it could be
Yeah.
very, very overwhelming if all of a sudden there's all these barriers
Yeah.
to getting the product in the hands of the customer. So
Yeah.
I don't know, we're running out of time here, so I want to switch gears a little
Okay.
bit. I want to talk about um the way the fashion landscape is changing.
Okay.
Um and like, if from your perspective in the
Yeah.
next 5 to 10 years, where do you see Mohala Grey? Where do you see the fashion industry? And then where do you
Hmm.
see Mohala Grey in the fashion industry? Like, how are you
Yeah.
impacting people, culture, all that stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said earlier, the fashion industry in the next couple of years, like 5, 10 years, would be about community.
Okay.
It has started already.
Yeah.
Because if you're not building a community right now, you're getting it wrong. Go.
Wow.
Like people, as that's just what it is. People are buying into being a part of a community than the actual design, than
Mm.
the actual cloth or something
Yeah.
or jewelry or whatever. They want to be a part of a community. Like the world is evolving in the next 5 to 10 years, and I am working hard, and I hope that we would have built a strong community.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this old AI thing, how everything is evolving. In the next couple of years, if you don't have a skill in AI, might be difficult to actually get a job.
Facts.
It was just how the old data analytics thing, everything just came, and then
Yeah.
we're moving to the new AI wave. So it's the same thing for fashion right now. If you are not building a community,
Mm.
and building a community wouldn't cost you a lot, from what I think and from what I've seen or heard, it's just being honest and true to yourself.
Mm. Okay.
Like
Okay.
and trying not to be a perfectionist. Also like talking about your flaws because people make mistake.
Mm.
So they want to be able to see themselves in like as a part of your brand. Yeah. So building a community in the next 5 to 10 years, fashion would be about about community builders, the fashion brands that have built a community.
Uh-huh.
People are going to tilt towards that side, and I am working towards that. Like next year, we are planning to host because we're based in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And people are surprised. Oh my God, you're an Ottawa based. That's different. We thought you were based in Toronto.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to build a community here so that we have that community of people that are from Mohala Grey.
Yeah.
And then if we can do that, I think the next 5 to 10 years, we'll be able to like compete with whatever fashion brand and whatever. We'll be able to compete in the fashion community.
No. Adiola, this is very important because in addition to what you said, I'm also seeing a shift from people buying from the bigger brands to wanting to
Yes,
support
small
like
businesses.
small
Yes,
businesses, right? So
yes,
it's also a great opportunity.
particularly in black-owned businesses.
Exactly. So black owned, female owned, you know what I mean?
Yes,
So it's really refreshing because it's such an opportunity for people who have been thinking about launching a brand, thinking about launching a
yeah,
business. It's a good opportunity because there's this shift that's going on. So and I
yeah,
like the fact that you're saying if you're also able to build a community in addition to that, it's
yeah,
really gonna help you. But
yes.
practically, uh what are a couple of, I know you already mentioned a couple of things, but like practically, what are some of the things that someone could do to build a community? Is it hosting events? Is it going on
You
Instagram
know,
lives? Like, what are some of those things that you know?
I'm not a fan of Instagram lives or dancing on Instagram. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, like hosting events, hosting
Hmm.
pop-ups, like look at your niche, like hosting event that your people in your niche would, relate with.
Okay.
If you're a mom like me and you have a lot of mom friends, host an event around moms. You can even build a collection around moms. You know, be creative about it. You can also just host an event that, for people that own your brand, like that own your pieces, and then come together wearing your brand, you
Yeah.
could get a lot of content from that. And when you do that, people are like, oh, this is so nice. I want to be a part of this community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically be big on hosting events. I don't know about Instagram lives or dancing on Instagram. At least if you want to do Instagram live, maybe Instagram live about, talk about something about the brand.
Hmm.
Yeah, would also be good. And yeah, events, pop-ups, networking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's
above all, make sure that your designs are of impeccable quality.
yeah. The
Because no matter
quality, the
how
quality.
much events you host, if you're doing what you're doing is not good, like then they're gonna talk you down. Then the community you're trying to build will bring you down. Exactly.
Yeah. At that point, it doesn't make any sense to do it then.
Yeah, it doesn't make anything, yeah.
So rule
So
number
it's
one is make
tricky.
sure that the product is really good.
Yes. So that way people are, I feel like, oh, what's this or what's the fuss about it? Oh, I see. Oh, this
Yeah.
brand is nice and their quality is good. That's like a
Mm.
lot of things that's like a lot of things we get when we do pop-ups. People are like, oh my God, this quality is insane.
Yeah, it
How do
is.
you do it? I love the quality of your stuff. I love the texture of, how do you do it? I'm like, oh, we just try.
Look,
You know?
you're like, we just try, but you know the
Yeah.
hours.
Yes. Yes. I know how many times I'm fighting with my textile designer. No, we're gonna do it again. And she's like, no, you're out of like you've done your 3 tries. I'm like, no, no, no. We'll go again. And eventually we'll come to like, a conclusion and
Yeah, no,
it
that's
gets
that's
all
that's
good.
that's really amazing, Adiola. Last
Yeah.
question before I let you go. I typically, okay, two more questions quickly.
Yeah.
The first question is in building a brand, of course, like
Yeah.
not yet. You're not doing $1 million a year,
Yeah,
but
not yet,
not
but
yet. I put not
soon.
yet, but soon, right? So how do
Yeah.
you define success in the early days? When you don't yet have those numbers that you're hoping for. You know,
For me, because this isn't just about the numbers for now,
yeah,
even though the numbers is what like pushes the brand. Success for me right now is just seeing a lot of people like wearing my pieces
mm,
and loving them. I'm looking beautiful in them. People telling me, "Oh my God, I love how your design is. I love how you make me feel like, confident.
mm,
I just feel so alive. I love the colors. Like I had a storefront, like a pop-up for a week at
hmm,
Stacks in Toronto.
okay,
And a lot of people came in and they were like, oh my God, I love the colors. We don't see colors like this in Canada.
mm,
People don't wear kind. Someone told me practically, people just wear black, black, black. They don't wear colors. But I'm in your store. I feel so alive.
mm,
So like for me, that is my goal right now, to put the brand out there, to get more people to wear the brand and
yeah.
experience the brand. And then when we pass that stage, we can start talking about,
The
but
go
if you
out
get more people to wear the brand, and then that's like indirect marketing. People are like putting the brand out there on your behalf. Before you know
exactly.
it, you would get the revenue you're looking for.
Exactly. The money is a byproduct of the
Yes,
of the brand growth and all of
yes,
that and the exposure and all that
yes,
stuff, right?
yes,
Okay. So
yes.
now last question. I
Okay.
typically like to end the podcast with a question that gets my guests to think and to sort of
Okay.
reflect deeply. So this is the question I tailored for you. What would your ultimate fashion collaboration look like? Imagine there was no budget involved. Like it's unlimited money to do whatever you
Ah,
need to do.
girl, I'm getting Rihanna on my fashion brand. Like, I don't have to think about that.
Fenty and Mohala Grey, huh?
Fenty, getting Fenty, Beyonce, you know, those getting them like just working with, honestly, just working with like people, women that have broken the barrier of what a woman can do.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
Beyonce, Rihanna, they're iconic,
Mm,
you
yeah.
know, and also like Kai as well. I don't know if we should read about her. She's very iconic. I know when like she started and building her brand, and now she's like an icon. She's done so well for herself, and
Yeah.
yeah. So those are like the people. That's the ultimate collaboration, really, basically.
Hey, I always say this, from your lips to God's ears, man.
Yes. You know what it means if Rihanna just pulls up in one of my pieces?
Whew.
I'm blown. Like with revenue, in fact, revenue will be multiplied.
Yeah,
I'll probably
man.
be having this meeting in maybe Miami on the
In
beach. Oh,
Miami.
hi, Oba.
You know
Oh,
what?
hi.
You know what? We'll have another podcast when it happens. Don't worry.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Adiola,
Yeah.
thank you so much. This has been a fantastic
Thank you
conversation.
too.
So like I do for all my guests, I'll put links to all
Yeah.
your pages, your website,
Yeah,
Instagram, all that
that's
stuff. I'll
fine.
put that in the description of the podcast.
Yeah.
And for anyone who's watching this, I've seen the pieces. It's just I don't wear women's clothes, but of course, like if you're a lady out there, or you want to shop for a lady, actually, I would encourage you to go on the website. It's
Yes.
beautiful. The pieces are
And
amazing.
one more thing
Yeah.
to say, our pieces are limited. We don't do mass production. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, that's that scarcity,
Yes.
So, if you need to buy, you should buy it quick before somebody else gets theirs, right?
Yes.
Adiola, thank you so much.
Thank you
this
for
was
having
amazing.
me.
It was great having you on the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Our wonderful conversation with Adeola Obaseki, founder and director of Mohala Grey. Like I said, I'm going to put all the links in the description. If you enjoyed this episode, if you got some value out of it, I'd like for you to like, comment, share it with somebody who's probably involved in fashion, who's doing something fashion related. But most importantly, I would love for you to subscribe to the podcast channel, to the Many Roads Podcast. It's your free way of supporting all that we're doing here, So please subscribe to the channel and see you on the next one. Till next time, God bless.